Hello there everyone, welcome back to The Lovely Grind. My name is Michael Preby and my website's lovelygrind.com. That's where you're going to find blog posts about health, healing, happiness, and spiritual growth. And spiritual growth is mostly what we're going to be talking about today. I'm making this video from Effigy Mounds National Monument in Iowa. It's up above the Mississippi. You can see right behind me this way is the Mississippi River, and if I turn back around, this is one of the many Indian effigy mounds that's preserved in this park that you can hike from grouping to grouping. Some are in the shape of bears, some are in the shape of eagles. This one behind me happens to be a conical mound, and these mounds were built, perhaps more than 1,000 years ago by Native American populations as a real connection to the divine and as a sacred act. Some were built as burial mounds. They're also used as focal points for spiritual ceremonies. And the topic of today's video is seeing your life as sacred, which is something that we all really need to do if we're going to move in a healthy direction, if we're going to take care of ourselves, and if we're really going to see our future and our lives as something from God, connected to God, extremely valuable, and something worth nurturing. And if a person is working to get off of prescription medications like I did, I got off of Paxil and Xanax after more than 12 years of use on those medications for anxiety. If you're going to get off those medications, really part of what you're doing is following a spiritual tug, a pulling of the soul, an intuition that tells you that maybe your being isn't meant to be on these medications. At least that's how it was for me, and I hear that from a lot of people I talk to who are going through the process of tapering or working through a withdrawal and healing process. They feel a real spiritual tug, a real pull towards nurturing something in themselves, right? And that's what ultimately we're working to do, is nurture our health, nurture our minds and our bodies, and get more in touch with our souls and the spiritual essence of our beings by getting off these pills and staying off these pills if that's a goal of yours. I think in general, people get too caught up in the stressful humdrum of everyday life. Paychecks, job titles, traffic jams, social media stuff, home improvements, errands, social commitments, and all of these things that make up everyday life. And we can lose touch with the spiritual, sacred essence of our being so easily. Part of the reason I come to Effigy Mounds National Monument almost every year for the last 6 years or so is to get back in touch with just being out in nature and the sacred essence of what these effigy mounds represent. There's usually not a lot of people at these mounds, at least when I come here. And the time here allows me to really think about what I did by getting off of those pills, what my life and journey has been like by staying off those pills, and by being able to help others through their healing journeys. And I urge all of you, if you're in the process of tapering a medication or thinking about getting off medication, working to stay off medications, see your life as sacred. See this journey you're on as sacred. See yourself as a supremely unique being created by God, a sacred soul, and a sacred life worth preserving, and your future as sacred and better, something you're moving towards by the very essence of you working to care for yourself in more natural ways. You're getting deeper and deeper in touch with the essence of who you are. And it can be uncomfortable sometimes, but ultimately it's extremely rewarding and it's extremely healthy. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video, just as a reminder to stay in touch with the sacred nature of who you are and what you're doing through this monumentally meaningful process of healing that you're in. I urge you to keep at it. I tell you that it will be worth it if you stick to it. And until next time, please remember to take care of yourself and your dreams.